Hey everybody. I wasn't going to tape this, but I figured I may as well. This is a couple aftermarket parts from Mini Model Madness, Chris Larson. As far as I know, these are customs, not recasts. I'll pull out the models. This is definitely packed pretty good. There's no worries about the stuff breaking at all like that. What I got here is the bottom foot for the Forbidden Planet C-57D. The model kit comes with a landing leg, but it doesn't come with an actual cover if you want to display it in flight. So all this is a little hemisphere of resin. And over here, this is the aftermarket kit for the Galileo Shuttlecraft from Star Trek. I used one of these before, and it was worth getting another one because I do want to build another shuttle at some point. And let me go and get the one I built so you can see how that looks. Or actually, let's go to that instead. So this is the main big deal, is this engine aft part here, along with the landing gear, not only back there, but under each nacelle, and that girder detail right there. I think those are most of the pieces. The original Shuttlecraft model, it's just flat across the back and the bottom. There are no details whatsoever. And this is a really great job that's been done. The end cap of the nacelles, both aft and front, are also different. That might be it overall. Trying to think. There is no interior kit for this model, unfortunately. But readjusting the chairs into what they're supposed to be is pretty easy. Get yourself a light panel, you can put it in the ceiling. And over in the cockpit there, I used the one of the domes from the Enterprise model for the astrogator screen there. And then over on the side navigation things, those are just BBs. Then I also grabbed a few clips of screen grabs from a couple different TV shows and pasted those in as computer consoles. And in the back room, if it gets any focus, are those air tubes back there, or whatever they're supposed to be. The back room is pretty well detailed, as are the back walls. The color is definitely off, of course. But if I do build another one of these really soon like I want, then I'll probably sell this one. But that's a video for another time. So let's start with the Forbidden Planet piece, because this is a lot simpler with one entire piece in the kit. And as I mentioned, this is basically a hemisphere cut off flat on one side. And the nature of this part of the ship is that it's curved. So there's going to be some trimming to do. Essentially, there's two ways to do this. You can take your Dremel or other router machine and go around the edges, gently scooping out a little more so you only got the rim around there. That can be delicate on this side. The surface itself, it's got a few pits in it. Master could definitely use a sanding. It's not quite a true circular shape. Might be off center, but that's hard to tell too. Well, regardless, you can either gouge a lot of this backside out, or in my case, I have a vac table, so I can actually use this as a master and pull a shape of styrene over that and just glue that on here. Then having this photo, this is pretty much the only reference that I've been able to find for the ship, so I'm going to strip the paint out of this, paint it red, and do some black and gray details over on the outside. So let's turn to the Galileo here. This is probably like 16, 17 pieces or so. It's definitely a lot. It's certainly more pieces than you get in the actual AMT kit, or at least close. I might be exaggerating a little there. Basically straight out of the bags. This is the main piece, of course, And the part itself, these sides here will actually go in between the walls of the Galileo. You have to cut out the back side of the Galileo and leave the walls, and then this will slot in. And you do have to maintain part of the ceiling, but you also get this here, which should fit just about like that. I'll assemble all the pieces in a dry fit, or at least all the engine pieces. As far as any other details, the surface itself has a little dusting cast in. Nope, that's me. I was scraping a little flash off earlier. There's not a lot of it, but like up here just above my thumbnail, that probably, well, the engine goes there, so it might not have to be cleaned. This top row here is a little weird, probably have to putty that up. There's some other minor things here that may require an extra bit of finishing. The edges are definitely rough, especially down here. But for a $12 kit, you get what you pay for, and this is definitely far better than anything I could scratch into existence. This piece here is totally beautiful as far as the actual fact that it exists, because the back of the AMT kit is just horribly bad. But some minor bits of flash, that's easy to clean up, and then all these edges here are probably going to be covered, so it really doesn't matter what they look like. The front is clean, and that's what matters in this case. The ceiling piece here, it's a little rough on the edges, but nothing that can't be fixed up. Going down here to these parts, let's separate them a little better. This is actually the landing gear right here. So we got the back of the ship, of course, which the ship should be able to rest on, and then these two foot pads here. In the Galileo kit from AMT, you get little round circles. And then this is a stair to fill in the nacelle where the front door is. It looks like there's only 3 of these support struts that came with the kit. Oh, here's the 4th one. Just bounced a little far away. So these are really nicely detailed and cast. You got to drill through all those circles to the far side, but it should be a relatively short trip and not to worry about. Last time I built this, I did crack a couple of them because these are really delicate pieces, so you want to be careful with that. Then one single decal for the back of the ship, which goes somewhere over here. And then these 4 pieces also replace what come with the kit. It's more accurate front domes and more accurate end caps here. So that's pretty much it for this. 12 bucks plus a couple bucks shipping. It's definitely a great price for this one. I think in the old days it was 25, so it's come down a lot. Other than that, when I do get the AMT kit in hand, I'll definitely do a master review featuring all these parts then. So take a look for that, possibly in the next couple weeks. We'll see if I get one or not. Otherwise, it'll be when I get to it. So thanks for watching this Chris Larson Mini Model Madness review. See ya.